to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Lack of awareness. Lack of awareness.
Lack of awareness.
And their surroundings. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I heard this lady on TikTok praising Elon Musk for what he did. Black lady. It was 158 pages and he cut it down to 15. They was just giving away a bunch of money to people. They was going to give those Congress people a raise. They was going to give $20 billion to Ukraine, and they was going to do this and they was going to do that. This lady, see, this is what you call a lack of awareness. Now, do I agree as far as the raise? Hey, that ain't on me. You know, that's on them. Do they deserve a raise? Maybe they do. I don't know. However, do Ukraine deserve to be helped and try to save their country? I mean, if people are willing to help them, and the American people are willing to help them, and they want their country, and they don't want Russia to take it, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Because they're out there by themselves. They ain't got nobody else. Some people in other countries in NATO is helping them. Why shouldn't we? Because what we want is a democracy for the world, not dictatorship. Anyway, I digress. This lack of awareness is really hurting us, because what happens is that they say, there's a lot of dumb people in this country. And that's a harsh word, calling people dumb, because there's no such thing really as a dumb person. You might be ignorant to a lot of subject matters and a lot of things that's going around you. But most people, and I'm not saying all, but majority of people have some sort of genius or ability or skill that they can do that probably only a few people can do. So the bottom line is that they're not really dumb, but they are not aware of all the nuances and all the critical thinking that you have to do to be aware. And it does take time. It does take study. It does take research. You can't just listen to a few people and then thinking that they're right, because all they're doing is giving their opinion. But what's your opinion? That's what I want to know. I mean, if you got some type of goodness in you, or what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. So the thing is that people are saying that people are dumb, and I'm not going to ever say people are dumb, but I'm going to say that there are people that are lacking critical thinking or critical thought. You have to analyze all sides of it. Then you come to your own conclusion. Now, if you think the other people is right, because they got us thinking left and right, far right, far left, all of that kind of mess. Bring a divide. We're supposed to be a United States of America, and we're supposed to have one purpose. And that means doing good for everybody. Anybody that's American, we should be supporting them and trying to help them do better because everybody then wasn't raised with a silver spoon in their mouth. I got something else, but go ahead.
Well, we started off this thing before the show, before I pushed the record button and everything, talking about folks who have gotten so far away that they can't see too far in front of them or too far down below them. And I guess that goes to what you were saying. Some people just tend to want to believe what they want to believe, and it's hard changing their minds and stuff because they have been around people and they surround themselves with like-minded folks. And those like-minded folks, they tend to think together and say, yeah, well, you're right. But like you said, we have to look at the whole picture and everything, and sometimes we put blinders on and stuff and don't see the whole picture. And that's a fault and stuff in people, not just people in the United States. That's fault with people and stuff probably all over the world, that they got those blinders on and they don't want to see the bad stuff, or they don't want to see too much good. So I don't know what to say, Ted. It's just we're in a transition and stuff right now, and man, I'm looking at the news and I'm seeing all these people and stuff saying different things about what's going on and what we can expect. And I read an article last night, and this gentleman was really, really, really critical and stuff with those voters out there who decided that they wanted to put a criminal into the White House. But in the middle of his analogy, he blamed the people who were trying to tell folks what was going to happen. And he did say that, well, they said this and they said that and they said this, but he said that they didn't go far enough to tell people what to expect. How far do you go? If you can't tell grown people, and they're supposed to be grown because they're above 18 and they are of voting age, they are not in the 6th and the 7th and the 8th grade. These people are grown. Most of the time, if you're 18 years old, you have went through at least secondary school, went through high school, and getting ready to go off into college or whatever. You should know what people are saying and think about what they're saying. And I don't know, man. I see a lot of regret out there now, Ted. It's a lot of regret, man. Especially after this fiasco last week. We're trying to shut the government down. Those people out there sitting down there saying, what the hell did we do? And we got this to look forward to for 4 years. And
That's the anxiety and the high blood pressure and the depression that a lot of people are feeling right now because
yeah,
we got to put up with this for 4 years.
yeah, you do not know from what you did, and you didn't think enough ahead. And then you got I'm sitting here at Christmas dinner with other family members, and there's someone sitting down there, young lady from New York, says, well, CNN says this and CNN says that, and all the other TV stations said this, and she didn't do this, but Donald was for business, and he was a businessman, and he gonna help our economy. When he was in office, he did great. We had prosperity. Wait a minute. What world were you in? What world were you in from 2017 to 2020? Where were you at? Is this what you saw? I said, wait a minute, hold it. What about this country is sitting there and nobody is working for almost a year? The highways are free. You can throw a rock down the interstate and don't touch anybody because they shut this country down because of COVID. There wasn't no progress going on then. There wasn't no economy happening then. Where were you at? It's unbelievable, man. I really do. It is
And
unbelievable.
he knew about it in July
Yeah,
of 19.
yeah.
He knew about it.
He said this is horrible. We had the best economy in the world when he was. Oh my God. And this is a foreigner.
Ooh, you want to talk about Musk?
They are from the islands.
Oh, really? Okay, there you go.
They're from the islands. Well, they said this and they said that. They said, you better, young lady, you better open your eyes and think. I said, I've been around for a long time and I done been through this stuff. and what they had then was not what's going on. And I said, furthermore, wait a minute, hold it. If he was so damn good, why did they take him out of office in 2020? Why did they put Biden
Didn't he lose by 5
in
million votes
office?
here?
If he was so damn good, what happened in the 2020 election? If that man was so great for the economy, where did the American people do with him? They put him on the sidelines. They did not put him back in office. So evidently something must have been wrong. And then turn around and put him back in office now? You got to come up with something else other than that. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Yep. So, man. We are there, man. We are there. Go ahead. Your turn.
Well, let me just say this. I want to talk about two other things, but I'm going to say this one here because it's almost like connected. And I'm going to ask you this question, and then I'm going to give the definition. Before I give you the definition, I want you to tell me, because you're politically astute. Last show that we did, I said, I don't care about politics.
Mm-hmm.
What I care about is people.
Mm-hmm.
And what does change people's lives? Policy. What's the difference between politics and policy?
Nothing.
That's your final word?
That's it. Nothing is different. Ain't no difference. You can't separate.
Okay, let me give you the notes that I took or I got. The difference between politics and policy.
Mhm.
Politics and policy are two closely related but distinct concepts. Politics refer to the process of gaining and exercising power, influence, and authority within a government or organization.
Mhm.
Politics often involves partnership where individuals or groups identify with specific ideologies and parties of interest or interests. Power dynamics, politics involves negotiations, compromises, conflict between different stakeholders and interest groups and power brokers. Policy refers to the specific goals, objectives, and courses of action that governments or organizations presume to address particular issues or problems. Policy is centered around specific issues such as healthcare, education, economics, development, or environmental protection. Analytical policies involve analyzing data and evidence and research to inform decision making and problem solving. So, not to go on, I got more stuff, but I'm just going to keep it there. But the bottom line is policy. Policy. The politics is of it is that the people, in my opinion, they fight to get elected, and the people are not, they're voting against their own interests when these people talking about, we want to get rid of undocumented people, and they use that as a wedge issue. We want to get against abortion, they use that as a wedge issue. But what are they talking about of helping you? The policies that's going to change your neighborhood, your community, your city, your state. They use all these wedge issues. You know, their big strong thing was immigration. They use that as a wedge issue. They use abortion as a wedge issue. They're using crime as a wedge issue. They're using all these other things as a wedge issue. Healthcare, even. So the thing is when you put people in office that don't benefit your interests, and then you wonder why it's not working, is because you played politics with your own life. You're not dealing with, hey, what you gonna do about my community? What you gonna do about my state? What you gonna do about helping my city? But they put these people in that program their mind, telling them, this is your problem. This is our problem. Our problem is undocumented entry. Our problem is abortion. Our problem is crime. Our problem is this and that. But they're not investing in the money that the taxpayers have paid to help these communities to build up, to make them better. Now, that's my opinion about the difference between politics and policy. You got politicians who playing the game to get elected and telling people about problems. Yes, they're problems, but those are not the cure-all. We already know what the problem is. We know that too many undocumented immigrants are here, and they're not dealing with that. They don't even deal with it, and they're not going to deal with it now. All they're going to do is kick a bunch of people out. They ain't going to have no immigration reform. We've been talking about that for 40 years, 30 years. Even with President Obama, he was trying to bring immigration reform in, and he couldn't do it. And they just playing the people. How long do people have to be played before they realize you got to put people in there that's going to make a difference into your community, into your state? Now, you say it's no difference, but I say it is.
Matter of opinion, my man. Matter of opinion. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready? New Year's is coming. 2025. So what's going to happen in 2025? What do we need to be watching out for? And I got a list of things that are going to concern us. And most of it has to do
I'm taking notes as you talk.
with money. Some things that we have been talking about. And one thing that's we're going to have to watch out for is the stock market.
Stock market.
That stock market, man. What happens with that stock market? Is the stock market going to continue to go up, or is it going to level out, or is it going to go down? Consumer confidence. We're going to have to watch that, because if people hold on to their money, what's going to happen? They hold on to their money, what's going to happen? Production's going to start going down because people aren't going to be buying anything, and it is going to put this country into a recession real quick. The next thing we got to worry about, the third, is this tax cut. What's going to happen with that tax cut that they're trying to reenact? Is it going to happen? Is Trump going to get his wish to lower the taxes and stuff for big businesses? Or is it going to remain the same? Or are they going to allow it to rise somewhat? Or are they going to enact any tax cut at all? If that tax cut does not come about in 2025, if Trump and his Congress can't get it done in 2025, it is going to bode very well for a whole lot of people. It is going to reduce the national debt, because you're going to have a heck of a lot more money coming back into the Treasury. Those three things we need to watch out for, because it's going to determine what your pocketbook's going to look like. Are we going to continue to buy product and keep production high? Or are we going to just hold on to our money and wait to see what the hell happens and what the stock market's going to do? And you got a lot of companies, just like we were talking about right around Christmas time. Everybody is taking profits and stuff out of it. So it slowed the stock market down a little bit. Are they going to continue to keep on taking that money and stuff out of there? Or are they going to take their profits and stuff and run with it? Or what? We don't know. So those are things to watch out for. The big three. And the big four is something that I don't want to talk about, but I know Mr. Harvey, he brought it up. And that's that virtual money. Is our government going to start using virtual money?
Cryptocurrency.
Yes, sir. Are they going to put that in there? Now, the Federal Reserve Chairman, he already put a nix to that. But you
He gonna
got,
get fired.
as we said, I'm trying to get to that. I'm trying to get to that. I'm trying to get to it. He said no, and you guys heard Mr. Harvey say he ain't gonna hold his job very long.
His ass is gone.
If he keep thinking about that, he ain't gonna hold his job very long. But hopefully, the Donald has so much stuff on his plate that he might not get to that part of it yet. And it all depends on what he does first when he hits that office. Now, he already said he's going to start deporting these folks out of this country. If he starts doing that, he probably won't get that tax cut passed. because he's gonna have one hell of a thing on his hands, and that stuff is gonna keep him busy for a long time because there gonna be a whole lot of people out there, Ted, crying, hollering, and screaming. They took my child. They took my husband. They took my wife. Where they sending these folks to? Where these camps at? And the news media gonna be all on it. So he gonna have his hands full. So I don't know, man. We everybody is sitting around here, and we're seeing people and businesses and stuff, Ted, starting to retract a little bit and everything. And folks are being laid off and everything because they want to find out exactly what the Donald is trying to do because he got so much crap going on. Man, can you imagine the disruption and it is going to be chaos out there. Imagine trying to get all these knuckleheads that he done appointed into these offices. They have to go through confirmation. So they're going to be sitting up there in the Senate trying to get these people through confirmation.
That's going to take until what, March?
That's going to take us a long time, Ted, to get them people through. How are they going to do anything with a tax cut? And they got that CR, that budget thing comes up again in March that they're going to have to get passed again. And we don't know what Trump wanted to do. He already told him to shut the government down or give him an unlimited debt ceiling. All that's going to have to do, people, with your pocketbook, it's going to determine what's going to happen. So I don't know. I'm just sitting back here and start wondering what's going on here. Because if you look at it, Ted, he's got all these people that he got appointed. Most of the people he appointed aren't qualified for the job. They're unqualified. Now, he talked about our Democratic candidate being a DEI hire and not knowing nothing. She's dumb. But then he turns around and he picks a cabinet that they don't have any, they never had any experience in the positions that he appointed them to. None. He got a television man that he got sitting out there, that Hedgehog, what that man name? Peter Hedgeside or whatever it is. He done appointed him. Oh my God.
I mean, it's so funny. You can't do nothing but laugh about it.
It is not. This man has been on, he did television. He's been on Fox News. What the hell? And he's supposed to have done raped somebody.
Well, here's some things that I want to bring up, and you can deal with this here though. Here are some key areas where deregulation is anticipated. We're going to roll back environmental regulations. He want to rescind several environmental regulations, including those focused on emissions reduction, power plants, vehicles, and emergency production, energy production, increase domestic oil and gas production. He wants to deregulate, withdraw from the Paris Climate Agreement. He wants to regulate impact. Trump is expected to have a significant impact on financial regulatory policies, including support for digital assets and cyber currency, tax cuts and job act, Trump plans to extend the expiring provisions of the TCJA and further lower the corporate income tax rate from 21 to 15 for domestic production. His trade policy aims to impose tariffs on foreign countries, arguing that this will make America a manufacturing powerhouse again. Trump plans to regulate or get rid of, he wants to get rid of the ACA. He wants to reform education. Trump is expected to support school choice and charter school expansion, as well as roll back education-based affirmative action and diversity, equity, and inclusion. So all of these things he's going to be working on. That's that 2025 thing, deregulating and getting rid of all of those things.
Can't do it. Can't do all of it.
Can't do them all.
Can't do them all. Not going to happen. Can't do them all. Not going to happen. We just had a brief, what they call those little, the shorts that they call them and stuff, in or a TikTok thing.
Mhm.
We just had a TikTok moment last week. This ain't a full movie. It's not a a half-hour show. We just had a short, and there was so much confusion in that short. It was a crash shame. This is what we're looking forward to. He can't do it all. He's not. He got his own folks and stuff are not even supporting him. Ted, he looked very weak last week. And then not only am I saying that, there are a whole lot of people out there saying the same thing. He looked very weak last week when they were trying to enact that CR, continuing resolution. He looked very weak. And one of the reasons why he looked weak is because of his egomaniac that he got out there, that he's trying to get to make the government more efficient. This man made him look weak. You can't be the president of the United States and look weak right now, and he ain't even took office yet. What's going to happen once he gets himself sworn in and he walks into that White House? And Elon has already got his kids in there, because you see them, he carrying around on his shoulders and stuff. He got his baby on his shoulder. He's walking around Congress. And the egomaniac walked right into the door with him. Got too many egos. He can't control it. We haven't seen nothing yet, man. This is going to be a clown show. I'm getting ready to sit back up, getting ready. It's going to be a clown show. It is going to be a clown show. I'm going to just sit back and watch it. And I'm asking people in the audience not to get upset by what you see. The only thing you need to be getting upset with is the end result. Is he going to deport 1 million people? Is he going to get all those people, those clowns, on his cabinet by May of 2025? Will he get them all on there by May? We don't know.
Well,
I don't think
he knows how to distract people.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. You can't watch that stuff. You got to see what the end result is. You can't get upset about him.
We're trying to figure out what works. Like he wanted to rename one of the mountains in Hawaii or was it Alaska? I can't remember which one it was. Then he wanted to take Panama Canal.
Yeah, that stuff is just window dressing.
Yeah, he wants to do. He's trying to figure out something that he can distract. You know
Yeah.
what his last results is? Coming at black people. So if all else fail, come at us.
Yeah,
And I say, black
so
people, stay your butt at home.
yeah, we have to just be and sit back and don't get upset about what you see. It is what happens is what you need to get upset about, and have a plan to do something yourself to get your stuff done. And I'm hoping that those folks in the House have something to do, have a plan to do something and stuff out there, because like they said, they're gonna have a real close majority. Are they going to elect Johnson back as the Speaker of the House again?
He
Or
gone.
he gone?
He gone.
He gone. Okay. Ted say he gone, y'all. I don't know. We don't know.
He's been sucking up now. If he's sucking up real good, he might stay. But I think he gone.
That's what I'm saying. He know how to kiss that ring now. Now he been down to he done been down to Mar-a-Lago now, man. He can kiss him. He can kiss that ring real good now. But I don't think kissing that ring gonna save him.
Yeah, he gone.
He gone. Okay. Well, we gonna see who.
Let me talk on the stock market.
Go ahead. Stock market. What happened with Apple, man? Did Apple make that $4 trillion yet, or what?
Not yet, but they will be. They'll make it.
They're gonna make it. Okay.
Here's the thing, man. You know, you remember I was telling you that this guy that said that the stock market, and we've been past that, said when it was in the low thousands, 2000s, said that the stock market go to 20.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're projecting that that's going to go double now, 80,000 points. Now, the thing is, where's the money coming from? Because, see, you got to have money to invest in these companies. Now, what they're looking at, they're saying that Americans have at least $4 to $7 trillion of disposable money that they can invest. So the big sale is invest in all these AI companies, all of these different technology companies, and that's the reason why, like Apple, NVIDIA, Microsoft, you know, all of these companies are doubling up, you know, as far as their, you know, they up 20-30%. So people are looking, where can they make some money? So they're buying this. The question is this a scam to get these people to blow these stocks up, and then it'd be a whole lot of profit taking, you know, in 6 months?
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, that was just minimum, because 2,000 or 3,000, it went down like 3,000. It used to be like 44, almost 45 points, 45,000 points. And it's gone down to what? It's in the 41s now. So that's a lot of that's a lot of money, bro, that has been taken out of the stock market. So I don't know how the stock market is going to do, but but these people are selling it. They're selling the stock market hard. They're selling it hard. As far as the consumers' confidence, we got this politics going, bro. You got the left, you got the right. Trump can't do nothing wrong. I don't care if eggs go up $12 a carton. You don't hear nothing about no eggs no more, do you? Do you hear gas prices? Do you hear nothing? I don't hear nothing.
Well, there are people and stuff there who are. I went to the store today and they had a dozen eggs for $3.99. I didn't buy them. I couldn't buy them. I couldn't buy them eggs, man. $3.99, $4 for a dozen eggs. I couldn't buy 'em. I couldn't. I tried to reach for them, but I couldn't. My hand wouldn't let me do it. I can't. I can't. I can't buy no $4 dozen. $4 dozen eggs.
Especially when you used to buy a dozen eggs for 99
Yeah,
cents.
and this wasn't even at the regular store, Kroger. This was at Aldi's. That they're supposed to be the cheapest at Aldi's. This was at Aldi's. I was going, and I said, "No, I can't do it. I'm gonna have to leave that chicken alone today." Oh man! So, man. One thing that's got to happen though, Ted, people got to eat. You got to eat. You don't eat, you don't survive. You're not gonna make it. If you don't have health care to keep yourself healthy, you got to have that. Those are some of the main things you got to have. Now everything else is luxury items. Car is luxury item. TV, luxury items. You can sleep on the floor. You don't need no mattress, no bed, no couch. You can put a blanket on the floor and sit out Indian style. And we know about that because when we first went out there to the world, then when we got our apartment and stuff and everything, we didn't have a whole lot of furniture. You put a water bed on the floor and didn't have no box for it.
Or a couple of blankets.
Yeah, that's it. And the people who own the apartment, they provide the refrigerator and the stove, so you had to worry about buying that. And then if you want some, cabinets and stuff like that, you went out and got some cement blocks and a piece of wood about that wide and stuff, so you can put your books on it. So we had to make do. But you did have a TV. Now we always had a TV somewhere stuck in the corner somewhere, laying on the floor.
And what we call those a record player.
Yeah, you
If you
gotta
were
listen to
really
some
well
music.
off, you had a stereo.
Yeah, oh man, don't have no big speakers either. So we know how to live without and everything. So, so we can't. Long as we got food and long as we got our health, yeah, we should be okay. So those are the main things that you got to pay. Now today, most people got a credit card. Got to pay that debt. Got to get a credit card. And everybody else is in hot up to their neck. And our poor children and stuff out there who struggle to get through school and get that and walk across that aisle and get that piece of paper, man, and graduate, get that BS. They looking behind them, and there's a big ball sitting behind them of debt, college debt. Oh man, I don't know what's going to happen with our young folks, man, with all that debt hanging over. And these folks and stuff now, they have made it so, because when we went to school, Ted, we could avoid that debt. Everything, we walk away from it and get nobody even worry about it. But nowadays, they done tag these kids with that debt, and they cannot run and they can't hide.
$150,000.
They're gone straight. And it's sitting there on their behind. And when Biden just told them we need to get rid of it, they beat him over the head. Every time that he went out and took some of that debt off of our children, they beat him over the head.
Yeah, he just did almost $5 billion again.
That ain't no money. That's just a little teeny little tiny bit there.
Yeah,
You
'cause I think the
imagine that?
debt
You
done went
imagine
over
that
$1 trillion.
over $1 trillion. Their debt is over $1 trillion. Or some people say it's close to $2 trillion.
Damn. You know, these
Student loan
people
debt.
are ridiculous.
Student loan debt. And the cost of going to these schools, Ted, has not gone down.
No.
When I went to school, $4,000 for a year, man, that was that was a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
There's a lot of money there, but shoot, that was how much it cost. These kids can't even buy a room for $4,000. Like you ain't doing the board and everything else and tuition.
Food, books.
Yep, books, all your stuff you got to have, and most people think, well, that's all you got to get is your books, or you got a scholarship, right? But they're gone. They got to wash their clothes, and then on the weekend, the cafeteria only open for what? For one lunch, either lunch or brunch, and that's it. What they gonna eat after that? And Sunday, some cafeterias ain't open at all on Sunday. Hey. Now we understand about that because every time our friends or next door neighbor got a care package through the mail room, everybody would know about it. Hey man, Jim got a care package, man. Mama sent him a care package. And inevitably his room was packed with people trying to get some of that potted meat, Vienna sausage, and crackers.
Tell you, boy.
Oh, those were the days, man. Those were the days. Oh boy. Oh man. Y'all folks gotta forgive us. All you folks out there who didn't go to school, we know about this stuff, but what these kids have to go through. That's why all my grandchildren, they off in the college, the first thing granddad is buying them is a laptop. Gotta have a laptop nowadays to get to school. They got a laptop coming. They're going out to college, granddad gonna buy them a laptop. They have to have it. It's necessary. And a little money here, a little money there. And Ted, they got a word that I hate. Most of them folks, they walk through the aisle and they get their little high school diploma. And they come down there, you going off to school, yeah. If you need any help, let me know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
If you need any help, let me know. If you're going to college, you need help. You need help, people. When somebody tell one about that, I look at him and say, man, what are you talking about? Then I tell my child, he ain't gonna help you. She ain't gonna help you. Don't worry about it. Don't even look for anything. If you tell him that, oh man, I got to give it up here, Tia. Anything else you got to say, Mary? I was going to say something about what I saw on an article and stuff again today. And the article was, America, what have you done? What have you done? You have put a criminal into the White House.
What have you done?
And he said he had a 34-count indictment. He got accused of sexual harassment, but the only reason why it was harassment was because he put his finger in it instead of his penis. It would have been rape. He put his finger in there, so it was harassment. So If he had to turn around and put the other thing in there, then they got it for rape. That's the only difference between it. He put his finger in it instead of his other thing. Oh, what have we done? On your upload here to YouTube, you're gonna see something on there. Don't say anything to me, but I got a picture. I got a picture that's gonna be on our intro of our video that's coming up. So you take a look at it, Mr. Harvey. It's gonna be sitting there, and it might incite some riots, and it might incite all kind of stuff. But there's a comparison on there with the picture, and they got Al Capone with his cigar in his hand, and they got the Donald with a cigar in his hand. So what's the difference? What's the difference? Birds of a feather flock together. Oh my goodness. Oh, final word, brother.
Well, I want to leave this quote,
Go
and I'm
ahead.
gonna see if you can finish it. Jack of all trades.
Master of none.
Is that the full quote?
Huh?
Is that the full quote?
Yeah. Jack of all trades,
It is
master of
not.
none.
I just learned this today. That is not the full quote.
Okay, go ahead. That's
Because my
somebody else
old man
put
used to
something else
always
in there.
tell me, you a jack of all trades, but you're a master of none.
That's what I said, master of none.
Right. He said, but check this out. It says here, jack of all trades, master of none, though oftentimes master of one. That's the full quote.
Okay. So,
Oftentimes better than master
master
of one.
of one. Which one?
I'm just
Well,
saying
that goes back to what you just said. That somebody is worth something, no matter who they are. You call them dumb. Somebody got something good about them.
Yeah.
Goes right back to what you started out with.
Yeah.
Somebody got something.
That's what I was relating
that's
it to.
worth
Because
something.
when you think about it, there are people that like they can do stuff that you would never ever. You can try, unless you practice, and they go and do it, and it just comes so easily. It's almost like it ain't nothing to them.
Like falling off a
Wow,
log.
that ain't even work.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, they're getting paid hundreds of dollars for it because they're specialists.
Mm-hmm.
Can't nobody else do it like them.
An expert.
Yeah. So it's just like a basketball player. You know, a basketball player, they make it look so easy. They can just jump, dunk the ball, shoot the threes, do this, do that. But they don't look at all the hours that they use to practice that stuff to get better at it and better at it and better at it. And it looks so easy, people take it for granted. Like it's just nothing. But it took a lot of work to get to where they are. Same thing with anything else. So, you know, that's why I respect people who do different professions. You know, I don't care what it is. You can be a janitor and you know how to clean a whole school by yourself because you got a system. And they say, how did it clean this whole school by himself? And they hired 3 or 4 people. They can't even finish it in one night.
Or when you walk through the door, the floor looked like glass.
Yes.
So clean.
Yes.
How in the world did he get that floor to shine like that?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because he's an artist.
Yeah. For real. This is no joke. So I'm just saying, you know, there are people that's out there, but at the same time, they might have another hobby or something, you know, maybe whatever they like to work with puzzles or they like to play cards, but they're not doing their critical thinking. They're not being aware of other things around them that's affecting not only him or her, but it's affecting everybody. And that's where we are right now. I think personally, I think we're right there. People, hey, everything's all right with me. I'm doing good. I got this great job. I'm valued on my job and blah blah blah. But they're not looking at the other people that's suffering. They're not looking at the other people that's trying to get a break. They want to hold people back or don't give them the opportunity. That's why they're so against DEI or affirmative action. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up.
Okay.
What you got?
My last word is, and I'm talking to our young folks out there, don't let anyone take away your history.
Woo!
You cannot let anyone take away your history, where you came from. And yesterday I saw a young lady and stuff who, and for some reason or another, thought that having a history doesn't mean anything. I don't care nothing about no history.
Mm.
What? Hold, what? If you can't remember your history, then how you plan on going forward?
Mm.
And there are people out there, and I'm saying to these young folks, there are people out there trying to take your history away from you. They're
Take it.
they're saying to you that these things didn't happen, and you can walk into the schools or some of these classrooms and stuff, and these so much Karens or whatever it is be telling the children and stuff. Slaves were happy. They loved to be slaves. What? My foreparents enjoyed being in slavery? And they're telling the kids this. And they have white kids there, and the white kids do not say anything. And some of the black kids don't say anything because they don't know any better. But we as parents and stuff need to be responsible to make sure that our children know where they came from. You don't know your history, then you're doomed to fail. That's all I gotta say. We done?
Yes.
You all done? Okay. Well, I'm okay, and we got a few more days here, people. We got a new year coming up, and we already said Merry Christmas, and now I'm gonna tell everybody, have a happy New Year. Have a happy and prosperous New Year. I'm looking forward to what's coming up. I'm looking forward to. I'm not gonna see it. I'm gonna let everybody know. I'm not watching the inauguration. I'm not watching it. I'm gonna turn my TV off, and I'm gonna avoid all that day anything that had to do with the inauguration or how many people is there. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to avoid it because this is the beginning of our destruction. This is the beginning of the destruction of this country. Oh, we're gonna look back on this, and all them folks who voted and stuff gonna say, "Oh my God, what did I do?" Anyway, it was nice talking to you all, and like I said again, Happy New Year, and we're looking forward to see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.